Hello, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing blessed. Of course, if you woke up, you are blessed. Amen. Amen. Not here to preach, just you were blessed if you woke up. But today I just wanted to explain to you guys in depth who I am. Um, I said before, I am a 20 plus lupus and 20 plus year lupus and epilepsy warrior. I was first diagnosed when I was 12 years old. I remember I stayed home from school for about a week. My mom kept taking me to the doctor. They could not find what was wrong. I literally just felt just fatigued and I was tired. I wasn't eating. I was nauseous. I remember that too. It was a long time ago. I was 12 years old, but I just stayed in bed for a long time. My mom could tell that, I wasn't faking. You know how kids, like, they try to get out of going to school, you know what I mean? And they, say, oh, I'm not feeling good. You know what I mean? But my mom could tell something was wrong. And that's why she kept taking me to the doctor. And they could not find out what was wrong. Um, my dad heard a noise coming from my room. He went to go check on me, and he saw me having a seizure late at night. And that's how I was diagnosed. My pediatrician diagnosed me with lupus because she knew the test me form. And I started going to see a pediatric rheumatologist at UCLA Medical Center in Los Angeles. I had the best pediatric rheumatologist. I wish she could be my rheumatologist now. I love her. But anyways, over the years, I have had ups and downs with my health. A year after I graduated high school, well, before that, my junior year, I lost my baby sister, so that was very hard for me, health-wise, mentally, and as you guys know, with lupus, anything like traumatic, like that happens in your life that affects you mentally or physically, it can cause a flare up. So I did have some hospitalizations after that. And then after a year after I graduated high school, I was hospitalized for almost a month. It was the month of November. I was hospitalized up until I think it was the day before Thanksgiving. And I remember because my great grandmother came to visit me and I asked her if she can cook for Thanksgiving, not knowing I was having seizures back to back. I was in the hospital having seizures at 5 to 10 minutes. The doctors told my parents to make funeral arrangements because they did not know if I was going to make it. My family came to visit me from out of state. And I remember telling them, I feel so special, not knowing that they came to say goodbye to me. And I remember my nurse telling me, you are special. And I remember telling my great grandmother, Mama, can you please make me, it's almost Thanksgiving. Can you make me, macaroni and cheese and some yams? And she was like, you got to get better, baby, first, and I'll make it. And I got released from the hospital the day before Thanksgiving, and my grandmother cooked for me. I'm sorry, I did not plan on getting teary-eyed. That's how I know God is real. The doctors didn't know if I was going to make it. I know my auntie, she's been a nurse for over 30 years now. She suggested that they try chemo. I had a pick line in my arm. I still have the scar, if you can see it. They gave me, I think, 2 or 3 doses of chemo, and that helped me. When I was released from the hospital, my memory was basically completely gone. The only person I knew for sure was my little brother. He's 6 years younger than me. I knew who he was to me, and I knew his name. I would see my mom and dad walking around the house, and I didn't know who they were. They looked familiar, but I didn't know for sure who they were until I saw my brother calling them mom and dad. And from there, I thought, oh, okay, that must be my mom. That must be my dad. I remember I didn't even know how to use a fork properly. You know how toddlers hold forks like this to eat? I didn't know how to hold it properly. I had to learn how to feed myself again. I had to learn how to bathe myself again. I would be in the shower, just standing there, not knowing what to do. I would literally read the back of the soap bottle for instructions. I told my biological dad that one time, and he was like, well, it's a good thing you remembered how to read. And I said, well, I didn't know what all the words meant. I even had to learn how to talk properly. If you guys watch my channel long enough, you will see that I kind of lose my train of thought or stumble over my words. But it was a lot worse years ago, because every time a person has a seizure, they get brain damage. And just from that almost month, I've had thousands of seizures. And it is still family and friends that I don't remember their names. Everyone looks familiar, but I can't recall how that friendship started or how that relative is related to me. But everyone looks familiar. Not to preach to you guys, but that's how I know that God is real. Because for a doctor who has thousands of patients, tell my mom they don't think I'm going to make it, I'm here for a reason, and that's why I'm here to show encouragement to other warriors. Do not give up. You can make it, okay? Fast forward to now, I'm 35. About almost 4 years ago, I decided to change my diet. My biological father, he is an alkaline vegan. That means that he is a vegan but only eats alkaline foods. I went to visit him for about 1.5 months, and I fasted on, I was taking holistic herbs that basically can cleanse you out, cleanse the mucus out your body, and I was only eating foods that he eats. And from that really cleansed out my body. It kind of reset my body, if that makes sense. And when I was out there, I would visit my Grammy, which is his mom. And, they all eat meat at her house. And I would try to sneak some chicken wings. And I would go straight to the toilet. Excuse me if I'm grossing you out, but I do want to share my experience fully. Because my body did not tolerate chicken anymore. And I know my biological dad, he would tell me, like, if you do cheat, salmon would be okay because it has natural omega-3s, and that will help me. And so when I came back to my mom's house, I told my mom, like, Mom, I can't eat chicken, I can't eat turkey anymore, because I was basically raised not to eat pork. So I never had an issue like of weaning off bacon. I know a lot of people, they like bacon and all that. I never even tasted it. So thank God I never had to stop that. But I did eat like beef sparingly, like very rarely, and I did eat like lamb chops very rarely. But that's probably like the thing I'm like miss the most, because lamb chops were delicious, especially if my mom made them. But I stopped eating chicken, I stopped eating turkey, all that stuff, and I can only eat fish. And because my mom would make like turkey bacon, things like that. I'm like, Mom, I can't eat that anymore. So she would start implementing like vegan, the breakfast sausage. And she would make the homemade potatoes and the grits and all that. And so I would eat that. And she would make eggs too, but after a while, like, I realized it was making me sick, so I had to stop eating that as well. But of course, because the egg comes from the chicken, which came first, the chicken or the egg? But anyways, from me becoming a pescatarian, that has helped me a lot. I'm not fully healed, but I don't. Before I say this, please do not like stop any of your medications because I share tips with you. Because I do not want any of my followers or viewers to make changes that is detrimental, to your health. I'm only sharing these tips that have helped me. But before you like try to make changes to or take supplements, please, communicate with your physician, because this channel is to show support and encouragement. Okay. What was I saying? I do not take like Plaquenil anymore, because that never really helped me anyway. I do take my Triliptol, which is my seizure medication, because seizure, that's like, I haven't found a way to control it fully, even with my diet change. My seizures, I don't have grand mal seizures anymore like I did when I was younger, like when I was hospitalized, but I do have focal seizures, which are partial seizures, where from the description that others have given me, it looks like I'm conscious, but I'm not. And usually when I get that feeling, I get like this aura feeling. It feels like, oh goodness, it's kind of hard to explain. But I get this like aura feeling where, I don't want to say out of body experience, but it's like this weird sensation that comes over my body. And so when that feeling hasn't happened like in a while. But when I do get that feeling, I try to remain conscious. And how I do that is I count. Like in my head. When I get that feeling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that helps me remain conscious, so that it does not, how do you say, so that I don't become unconscious, if that makes sense. I don't know if anyone viewing my channel has ever like had that sensation, or has ever experienced focal seizures, but if you have, please comment below and share. I created this channel as a safe space, so if anyone has any tips that they can share, please share them. So I don't know everything. I'm just sharing what has helped me. Okay. What else? Now that my seizures are basically under control, because I did live with my mom because my health got really, really bad. It was hard for me to take care of myself. I know. Oh yeah, I forgot that part. After I graduated, it was from a university. I graduated third in my class, actually, as a medical assistant. I was going to go on to do nursing, but I don't know, something always held me back, probably because I wanted to practice more of holistic health, you know, and that is what I plan to pursue soon. But around that time when I was 21, I did have my own apartment. I lived on my own for 4 years. So that's a blessing, you know. However, I had a job as an administrative assistant, but I got too sick and I had to move back in with my aunt and then eventually move back in with my mom. And just recently, almost a year now, I've been in my own apartment again, and I've been able to do for myself. I know my mom still cooks, and she's like, "Oh, I'm making this, come get some." I mean, that is basically almost everyone's mom, you know. You guys remember when you guys used to go to grandma's house? Oh, she cooking this, you know. Come on, bring the kids. So, yeah, you know, when my mom cooking, of course I'm gonna go, cause yeah, if I don't have to cook, that's a good thing. But I'm grateful that I do have my mom around, and a lot of people don't have that support, and uh, that's one of the reasons why I did create this channel, because dealing with lupus is hard to deal with it alone. You know, when I was first diagnosed, I was the only one in my family that had lupus. I have a great aunt. She didn't really get diagnosed until she was older. However, she did have like symptoms of lupus when she was pregnant with like two of her kids. But you know, with lupus, it's known as the great imitator. So they were never able to really fully diagnose her until like her fourth or fifth child. I don't remember, because I don't remember. I don't know. I think it was like her third or her fourth. I think it was her fourth child. They was able to diagnose her, you know. But my point being is, I wish I had someone that I can learn from, because that would have really helped me. Going to school, I never like was made fun of, but I do remember I went to, I think I was like in 10th grade. I had to use a cane because my joints were hurting, and a few of my older friends, he would, you know, they would say like, "Oh, look at you at school pimping with your cane." So, you know, I would thankfully no one, you know, made fun of me about like my health. So I'm grateful for that. But I know a lot of people like were not like fortunate. And I just want to say, you are not alone. And to hell with them people. Excuse my expression. People have like talked, like not badly, I guess you could say, but I've had people say, "You don't look sick. You're too pretty to be sick. You are faking because you're walking okay, but yesterday you were limping." And I be wanting to cuss them people out, because first of all, what does sick look like? Because if I pass out and have a seizure, y'all would be panicking, wouldn't know what to do. And I be wanting to yell at them like, first of all, if you would not last 2 minutes going through what I go through, because lupus is an invisible disease. A person may look fine on the outside, but inside, all hell is breaking loose. So if you are a friend or a family member of a lupus warrior, please be kind. Please understand Just because, oh, yesterday they were okay and today they were limping, that don't mean that they were faking. That don't mean that they're looking for attention. Show them some love and support. Okay? Um, I think that even though a person may not understand what another person is feeling, a few kind words and just a hug or just a text or a call, hey, I was thinking about you, that would mean the world to so many people, not even just warriors. Compassion is gone out the door. Compassion and love is like a rarity nowadays, you know. And if we had more of that, man, not saying that it would just make everything, all negativity disappear, but if we had more of that, it would do so much. It really would. So yeah, I think that's all I needed to say about who I am. You know, I really hope that this channel really helps someone, because from what I've been through, I've been told that I'm here for a reason. And I know since I was a little girl, I've always had it in me to help people and to show love for people. So whether I just get 5 followers, you know, that's somebody that is going to receive my help, if that makes sense. You know, I just want to share some words of encouragement and some support because I wish I had that. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed and prosperous day. Peace and blessings.